"Hi, just looking around, or is there anything in particular you wanted to see?" He was dressed casually for the job in a check shirt and black jeans. His teeth were so regular that they must have been fixed. An actor? Shirley Ann didn't recognize him from television, but the dark curls and brown eyes would have suited him for a role as a heartbreaker in a soap. "Actually, I just called in to see Jessica. Shopping," he told her. "She won't be long if you don't mind waiting." Something in his manner suggested he had a more lofty status than a mere minder of the gallery. Shirley Ann wondered if this could be Barnaby, the husband. She told him she hadn't come about anything important. She would call back another time. He assessed her with a long look. "You wouldn't be Shirley Ann Miller by any chance?" She felt the blood rise and redden her cheeks. "How did you know?" "Jess was talking about you. You just joined that coven she belongs to, the crime fiction people. What is it, the Baskervilles?" "The Bloodhounds. I wouldn't call it a coven, but how did you recognize me?" "She said you might call in sometime." Yes, but of all the people in Bath, an uncomfortable thought had come to her. Had Jessica told him about the kinds of clothes she wore? Was it so obvious that she dressed out of charity shops? "We don't get all the people in Bath dropping in and asking for her by name. I know most of the regular clients here." He stepped from behind the desk and toward her with right hand extended. "I'm known as AJ, and don't ask what it stands for because I don't much care for the name I was given." His hand was cool, the grip firm. "I'll put the kettle on unless you want to sample the cheap sherry she keeps." "No, really," said Shirley Ann, telling herself that he couldn't be Barnaby the husband unless Jessica used the name he didn't care for, which wouldn't be very loyal. "Really what?" said AJ. "Really tea, or really sherry, or really you're in a frightful hurry? Because that patently isn't true if you dropped in for a chat with Jess. Sweet discourse makes short days and nights, so the saying goes, and I know of no one it fits better than Jess. My God, wouldn't she be flattered to hear that from me, always accusing her of being a motor-mouth?" He was leaving her in no doubt that he knew Jessica extremely well. Personally, if Shirley Ann had owned a gallery, she wouldn't have left an overbearing man like this in charge. "All right," she said. "Tea would be nice if you really think she won't be long." "Take a look around," he said, as he stepped toward the alcove where the kettle must have been kept. "See what strikes you as worth the asking price. Between you and me, we have a new exhibition coming up later this week. You should come to the preview if you want to buy." She didn't care at all for that male assumption that women would do as they were told, so she went straight to a tall-backed Rennie Mackintosh chair and tested it for comfort, still wondering what AJ's role was in the business and in Jessica's life. When he appeared again and saw her in the chair, he said, "Careful, that's where you're supposed to sit to write the check." He handed her the tea. It came in a white porcelain cup and saucer, and there were 2 tea leaves floating, as if to let her know that he hadn't used a tea bag. "She'll be back any second. She can smell tea brewing a mile away." He was talking like a husband, but Jessica had definitely said she was married to someone called Barnaby. How could you get AJ from that? Shirley Ann tried some guesswork of her own. "You look like a painter." "How come?" he said. "Spots on my jeans, or did I leave a brush behind my ear?" "Yes, I paint figures." "The clowns in the window?" "Christ, no, that isn't my style at all. I do nudes, but very Bath spa, very tasteful, heavily shadowed over the naughty bits. She has 3 upstairs if you're interested. They retail at between 800 and 1,000. 2 years back I couldn't keep up with the demand, but everything went flat in the recession, including my nudes." He flashed the immaculate teeth. "Joke." "So, you combine painting with working in the gallery?" "No, I don't work here, just hold the fort for Jess on occasions. She's stuck with it all day, poor duck, so if I'm passing I look in and let her get some air." "You're as hooked on crime as she is, I hear." "Crime fiction," Shirley Ann made clear.